morning my friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Flora and I'm so grateful you're here. Today is a what I eat in a day, focusing on high protein meals, and I'm so excited to share this with you. I will chat a little bit later about protein. I'm starting my day with a soy milk matcha. And I also have a chocolate banana bread, which I meal prepped yesterday, and I have some peanut butter and ground walnuts on. And I'm going to the gym this morning. I'm gonna have more like an upper body but a little bit of full body day, and I'm so excited for today. I really hope you're gonna love this video, and if you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's try the banana bread. Smells like heaven. So good. Oh my god. So this is my pre-workout, and then we train. Before we continue, this video was brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create your online presence. If you never heard of Squarespace, it's an amazing website building platform where you can create your dream website really easily. I also built my website using Squarespace, and it was incredibly easy and super fun to have creative control. You can either start it from scratch, or you can use one of the many templates they have to offer, and then you can customize it to your own taste. I also started with a template just to make my life easier, and they also have amazing tools like SEO tools that helps you attract more people to your website. You can build a logo with them, and they also have built-in analytics to help check your progress on your website. So if this sounds good and you want to try Squarespace for yourself and create your dream website, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch your new website, go to squarespace.com/Justcallmeflora and use my code Justcallmeflora to save 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for sponsoring today's video. Now I just want to say a few words about protein, just to give context to this video, because I know the information online can be a little bit confusing. Protein right now is a buzzword, and I feel like a little bit of explanation is necessary, and to maybe make sense of all the information out there, because it is so much that it's quite hard to get the key takeaways. So what is protein? Protein is made up of amino acids, and they have a lot of functions. Proteins can be messengers, enzymes, hormones, they can transport, and of course the one that we all know is muscle building. Protein has other benefits as well. It can make you feel more satiated and full after a meal. So even though we are in 2024, for a little while longer, it is still a misconception that on a plant-based diet you cannot get enough protein. With a little bit of effort and planning, you can easily hit your protein target. How much protein do we actually need? The recommended amount for the general population who exercises moderately and who is between the age of 18 and 65 is around 0.8 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. What does that mean? Let's say someone is 65 kilograms. That means they need around 65 grams of protein if we use the 1 gram of kilogram of body weight, which is not difficult to achieve. But those who work out a lot and are really physically active, the recommended is a little bit higher, like 1.6 to 2 grams of protein. 30 to 35 grams of protein is how much your body can generally absorb in one sitting, so in one meal, which means I would recommend splitting out your protein intake throughout the day. It's 25 to 30 grams of protein is amazing in a meal. And again, it all depends on your goals and how much you exercise, your age and everything. For example, if you're a little bit older, over the age of 65, it's recommended to have at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, because your body is not as good at synthesizing protein, and this way we can avoid sarcopenia, which is basically muscle degradation. There's just a little bit of side note that each individual is different, and we all have different needs and different metabolism and different ability to absorb nutrients. So consulting a medical professional is always a good idea. And you might have heard this, that plant-based protein sources are not high quality or low quality protein sources, and it basically just means that there are non-essential and essential amino acids. Your body is not able to make the essential amino acids, which is why they are called essential. It is essential that you get it from your diet. A protein source that contains all essential amino acids is high quality protein. For example, tofu, tempeh, edamame beans all have all essential amino acids, which means they are high quality protein. But just because something is low quality protein, which means they don't have all essential amino acids, it doesn't mean that they are not good sources of protein. You just have to mix and match between different kind of protein sources, which is amazing because it's more plant variety and you don't even have to do it in one meal, just throughout the day. And just focusing on pairing protein options. For example, if you have whole grain bread with peanut butter or brown rice with beans, and there are so many plant-based protein sources. Just to name a few, of course, the soybean-based products like tofu, tempeh, edamame that I already said, soy milk, and then Greek style coconut yogurt, soy yogurt, different kind of nuts and seeds and beans and grains like quinoa, buckwheat, brown rice. The key takeaways from this: try to mix and match your plant-based protein sources. Aim for around 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, but of course, depending on your personal needs. Make sure that you spread out the protein throughout the day to smaller protein sizes, 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, to just feel satiated and full and energized. And lastly, about protein powders, if you want to use protein powder, I would recommend finding one that has a full amino acid profile, which means they have all essential amino acids. My favorite is a soy-based protein powder from My Vegan. They have like this unflavored one with nothing else, just 100% soy, and I can put it in anything because it has no taste. So I love using that, but really whatever works for you. So I hope this was useful. I wanted to make it as concise as possible, just to make a little bit of sense of all the protein talk nowadays, and I hope it was helpful. And now let's get back into the video. It feels like New Year's because there are so many people in the gym. But anyway, let's train. Okay, you guys, I'm back from the gym and it's time to make breakfast. So one of my favorite things to have for breakfast is a sandwich or a toast, and I love sourdough so much. I love pairing sourdough with some high protein spreads that I make. For example, I love making tofu cream cheese. I wanted to make something different today because I know I always do that. So yesterday I prepped myself some edamame hummus. We already had quite a lot from it yesterday, but it's basically edamame and chickpeas, nutritional yeast, lemon juice, and some basil. So many amazing things that you can easily eat in this form. I'm also gonna add some tofu slices onto my sandwich. Let's go back to yesterday and show you how I made it.
This spread is incredibly easy to put together. I started by rinsing a can of chickpeas and defrosting a cup of edamame beans with hot water. I also cut some fresh basil leaves. You need around 12 leaves for this one. After 5 minutes, I rinsed the edamame beans with cold water. Then I added the chickpeas and edamame beans to a food processor along with nutritional yeast, garlic powder, some ultra creamy tahini, cold water, extra virgin olive oil, fresh lemon juice, pepper, salt, and the fresh basil leaves. Blended these for around a minute and a half until it became creamy.
So now that you know how I made this deliciousness, I'm gonna make a sandwich out of it. Hello, Mia! We are recording a video today. Anything to say? Mia probably sends all the love because she's that kind of dog. She loves to keep me company in the kitchen and I love that. I'm toasting my sourdough with some olive oil and a little bit of salt. Hello, Mia! I'm having some sauerkraut with it. I have my breakfast sandwich. I also have some sauerkraut on the side. I know like sauerkraut is amazing to support your gut health, but also I just love the taste. I like having it next to meals. Oh, vale. Let's try. I will see you guys at lunch. I lied because it's not lunchtime yet. I'm gonna have a soy milk coffee. I have my soy milk coffee. I drink 1 coffee a day, and then I would have either a matcha in the morning or herbal tea, whatever I feel like in the morning. And I'm using soy milk most of the time because soy milk is naturally higher in protein. Pea milk is also a good option, but I don't recommend it as much in like coffee or matcha because it has a pea taste. At least the ones I've tried, they all tasted a little bit like pea, but for example, adding them into pasta sauces or things like that is perfect. And now I really am going to see you at lunch. I'm so obsessed with this mug. It's the best mug I have. Yum! There are so many birds right now on the tree. I always put out food for them, and you see there are so many. It is lunchtime and I'm making pasta. I'm making this tomato, lentil, walnut pasta. Basically like a vegan bolognese, I would say, but I don't like to name my pasta dishes after like authentic meals because they are absolutely not authentic. But in this I use lentil, walnut, nutritional yeast as protein, and of course the pasta. And if you want to add even more protein, you can always blend up like half a block of silken tofu and add it to the sauce. And if you want to save time, you can use canned lentil instead of the dry one, so you can make this whole dish way easier and quicker. Let's do it!
I started off by soaking walnuts in hot water 30 minutes before I was cooking, or you can also boil them for 10 minutes. I rinsed the red lentils and then cut up an onion and also crushed 4 cloves of garlic with a garlic press. In a large pan, I sauteed the onion and garlic with olive oil, garlic powder, smoked paprika, salt and pepper. Then I added the rinsed red lentils with 2.5 cups of water and let them cook on medium-high heat. Once most water disappeared, I poured in a jar of passata and let them simmer away.
While the lentil is cooking, I'm gonna also cook the pasta. This is the pasta I'm using. This is semolina flour pasta. It's usually higher in protein. Whole grain pasta is also higher in protein than just regular white pasta, and it's more complex in carbs. But lentil pasta, chickpea pasta are also great higher protein options. I love semolina pasta so much because it's really delicious in my opinion. So that's what I'm gonna use today. I'm using a fusilli pasta. This pasta that I'm making is for 4 people because I am cooking it for my whole family. But of course you can halve the portion and then you have it for 2 servings. Or you have leftovers, which is also really good. So the lentil is cooking for around 20 minutes. And I'm gonna chop the walnuts now and add them to the lentils so they cook a little bit also. And I add the pasta finished with some nutritional yeast. I usually also add like half a cup of soy milk because it helps to create the dish lighter. And I have some fresh parsley. I only add that once the dish is done and I just stir it in to not destroy all the vitamin C in the parsley. Lunch is ready and I'm super excited. It is really like a bolognese, but vegan.
For dinner, I prepped a quinoa tofu nourish bowl with broccoli and edamame beans and a peanut sauce. This is a really easy thing to make, and you can always meal prep the quinoa like I did to save even more time on the day. I started by cutting up a block of firm tofu into cubes as well as a head of broccoli. I added corn flour and olive oil to the tofu, and I defrosted the edamame beans the same way as before by pouring hot water over them for 5 minutes before draining. I also cooked the broccoli for 5 minutes in salty water. I fried the tofu cubes for around 3 to 5 minutes. Then I added garlic powder, soy sauce, orange juice and agave syrup to season. I fried for another few minutes. Finally, I prepped the peanut sauce from peanut butter, soy sauce, garlic powder and water. Mixed well and assembled my bowl.
I made myself my dinner. It's like a quinoa tofu bowl and it was super easy, especially because I prepped the quinoa before. Luna is here. She sits on me now. Ooh, it hurts. So yeah, I'm gonna have this. I'm having dinner a little bit earlier today so I can film in daylight, but usually I would eat like at 6 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful. See you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye!